Hi guys, Tim Johnston from Books Onsite. Just going to talk to you today about the requirements of becoming a BAS agent. There's a bit of confusion out there. Our clients ask us who is actually required to become a BAS agent. Basically, if you're providing BAS related services, which I'm not going to go into the details of that in this presentation, but BAS related services, it's pretty broad, basically anything to do with preparing the accounts to get ready to prepare the BAS. Within that, you got your payroll and your purchases, your sales, anything that goes into that BAS statement. So if you're preparing any BAS related services for a fee under your own business, then you're required to get your BAS registration. So a couple of exceptions, main exceptions for that are, one, if you're an employee of a company, a direct employee, you can be performing exactly the same services as you might have been for acting as your own BAS agent. But if you're a direct employee of that company, you're not required to get your BAS registration. And the other exception is if you're employed by a BAS agent. So if you're working directly under the supervision of a registered BAS agent, then you're covered by their certification and by their insurance. So that's basically in a nutshell, who is required to get your BAS registration. And then I'll just talk about how you go about getting that registration. So basically, if you think you fall under that category and you're providing BAS related services, then you need to go and make sure you get your certificate for or a higher qualification. So if you've got a Bachelor of Commerce or Business or a CPA, that's fine. That meets the requirement. But a tricky thing is, and I've got a lot of staff that are actually CPA qualified or business degree, and they can't believe, they're quite astounded that they are not qualified. They can't qualify as a BAS agent. But if within that course that you did there is a specific BAS related subject, then that's fine. If there's not, then you have to complete what's called a board approved course in basic GST and taxation principles. So you need your qualification plus you need to do that course. So that course is more a real focus on preparing the BAS and also your PAYG side of things. Once you've got that, there's also a couple of other requirements. You've got to be over 18. You've got to have 1,400 hours of relevant experience. You've got to hold your PI insurance, be a fit and proper person, and you then have got to go and pay the application fee, which you do online, and lodge your application online. So that's it in a nutshell. If you want to become a BAS agent, there's a few hurdles to jump over these days. If you're not sure, please feel free to give me a call or send me an email via the website booksonsite.com.au. Thanks.